Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer. The FFR Z1R crossover tournament continues. Lamp vs. Hyrule versus Link to the Ducks. I am Classic Gamer 76. Joining me in the group booth is DM Stewart. How's it going, DM?
Oh, going all right. How about yourself?
It's going pretty good here. So we got a nice spicy matchup, and we've got some red mages this evening.
Yeah, red mages. I like red mages.
I like red mages too.
All the utility.
Indeed. Master of many traits, master of none. Jack of all trades, master of none.
I was gonna say they are the epitome of jack of all trades, master of none. Although I might have, if I had to run 4 red mages, I might have named my party Min Maximus.
I might have to now. Noticing Merc's save Daves and odd save Daves. What happened is there was a thief seed and they needed to end up re-rolling and got the red mages. Dark Moon was just so thrilled. Yes, blame Vaughn. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, AP shenanigans happen.
I like what Falconic said in chat. Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
And thank you, Matthew Riegert in chat. Have luck and good fun.
All right, so
we have a special map that is basically the Zelda 1 map redone into Final Fantasy 1.
I have seen that map. I like that. That's pretty neat concept there. You can look at it and say, okay, yeah, that's kind of where they are if you remember the Z1 overworld, and if you don't, well, watch the Z1 streams.
Oh, I have been playing actually both of these games, the old games, for years. Zelda 1 was one of the first video games I ever owned.
For me, it was one of the first I ever owned after, Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. I had a few in there between, but it's like, I think one of the first ones I rented a ton and then finally bought.
Yes.
All right, so we should be off any second now. The gate dropped about 10 minutes ago. We've got the 10-minute delay.
Yes, the classic 10-minute delay. And we are off. And let's see what's in Sword Cave. Sword Cave has a key. And Matoya's Cave has got lots of stuff. That's going to be a professional ring, it looks like.
Did find some food as well, and the ship, which really doesn't matter so much when you already have the airship. Right, Vaughn heading up past level 1. Let's see where he is going. Meanwhile, Dark Moon is in Earth.
Vaughn setting up a screen scroll. Maybe looking to check. Yeah, looking to check that. Looking to check the power bracelet spot, which was really just a small key.
Right, Dark Moon and Canary finding some good weapons. Haste, which is of course going to be our fast, and the Heal 2 dagger, which is nice for some free healing.
Yeah, and a Fire 2 something. That's the other thing. All the weapons in the FF1 seed do have magic on them. They are, as we like to call it, mage on a stick.
Speaking of sticks, Mercs picks up his magical rod in Letter Cave.
That's well because they didn't have any kind of because neither Z1 seed had yet found any kind of a weapon that that wand is going to be, or that magical rod is going to be very helpful. 115. That's not a bad. It's not a bad little weapon. It's not a bad little amount of money. Meanwhile, Vaughn going to pick up that rod.
Right, Franklin's in Topher, or Toph, I should say. He's going to consider taking on Garland. Getting a bit of a slideshow action here.
And Vaughn takes a death. Meanwhile, Merc's into Dungeon 3, and it is vanilla dungeon maps. And that is going to be money for the FF1 player.
And level 2 Holy, which is, of course, Fade with the normal names. That's a nice big pickup. Darkmoon taking on the Pirates, who will not last long with all this AoE.
So the rod itself does white sword damage when it's swung. So that is very helpful for our Z1 players.
And Darkmoon, I don't think, talked to Bicky after the fight.
No. But does that.
There we go.
I was going to check the item shop for an AP item. Meanwhile, Vaughn in level 2. Which either of those are solid plays.
Franklin is checking out Elf, and of course with chess shuffled, they're all over in the prince's room.
And that's a flute. That gives our Z1 player all the ability to get to any dungeon. Not just the cleared ones, all of them. Meanwhile, we see Mercs using that rod that does white sword damage to make relatively quick work out of these dark nuts.
Very handy trick there.
I mean, those bombs make even quicker work out of them, but... And that's a white sword.
Yep, that's a nice find. No longer have to be using the magical rod to get that white sword damage.
That's going to be a big find. But that's a heart container. That's some big love there for Vaughn out of the what's usually the magical boomerang room.
See Darkmoon checking Canaria very thoroughly because those chests move around. You'll see a lot of people on the FFR side going in the rooms that you might have forgotten existed if you haven't watched earlier streams anyway.
No, they exist. I just never go into them because they don't have any chests in them. Oh, that's a blue potion. Blue potion's a nice find. So, what do our Z1 players need to complete the game? They need some kind of a sword. and they need silver arrow. They need a bow and silver arrows, and they need 8 Triforce pieces. All the Triforce pieces, however, will be in the Final Fantasy randomizer, the FF1 seed.
Right, Fawn picks up their Book of Magic, which always makes using that rod a little more adventuresome.
A little, but also can potentially open up level 8 for you. Merc's going to go head into level 1. Going to do the little pirouette. Going to do the classic pirouette to open that locked door.
Franklin thinking.
Darthling in chat says that you can do some cool stuff that you can't do with the sword by hitting both on the same frame. That you can do magic sword damage.
I did not know you could do that, but then again, I never probably was that frame accurate if I ever even tried it.
That's a bloomerang for Mercs. Link to the Ducks have also gotten their chime.
And heart container for Lamp of Hyrule. Always love to see that. Looks like Dark Moon is in ice. Everyone's favorite place to not be.
And that's silver arrows. That's silver arrows from the Aquamenius drop. And there's a ladder.
Level 1 provides.
What is this, Sky Palace or something? The way it's providing.
Of course, sometimes places can seem like Sky Palace, but it's just a mirage.
And then that is going to be, oh!
Ooh!
No kidding, it provides. No kidding, level 1 provides. That's a red ring.
Level 1 loaded.
And the slab.
So both Z1R players have their red wings, so they're pretty well armored up on that side.
Darthling in chat suggesting this may be the best level 1 all tournament, and I'd be hard pressed to say they were wrong.
Yeah, that very hard pressed to say you're wrong there.
There's a Triforce piece. Ice Cave in Ice Cave. Do. Take any item right is money for the FFR player. Oh, 239 big secret.
That is a big secret to everyone.
And gets knocked right back into the cave. Meanwhile, it looks like Mercs is headed toward level 2.
Oh, and you see what was just found on the Link to the Duck side? You also found their silver arrow.
Silver arrow from the boss drop.
So Z1 side, they need to find their bow, and of course they need the FFR player to find the Triforce fragments. They're looking in pretty good shape. Of course, a few more heart containers wouldn't hurt.
No, that'd never hurt. I'll never turn down more life. So we've got Vaughn over here doing level 5. Vaughn still has not picked up that white sword. That's an ice shield. Definitely don't sleep on the ice shield. Ice shield's a very, very good.
Problem is, no red mages can't use it even after promotion.
That's too bad. And Vaughn continuing to explore level 5.
Everyone's favorite blue dark nuts.
Yeah, but the rod doing white sword damage certainly helps with those.
Immensely.
Also bombs down there, and having a red ring. And this item is going to be TNT.
TNT.
It's dynamite. I feel so bad trying to get those Poles voices down with the without the bow.
Oh, that is always painful.
And that's a sun sword, which, as I recall, red mages can use at least after promotion.
They could actually use it before promotion. So that is a very nice find. And gargoyles have quad X. That's not too pleasant.
Yeah, especially when they show up in packs of 8 of up to 9. That book has shown to be super useful this tournament. I know Falconic in the chat saying that they hate that book. Well, that book has shown to be very useful. At least one race, people have opened up 8 using it. And that's money. Oh, that I do not know speedrunning tech for Z1. Like, I have no idea how to do that. How to do what Vaughn just did. That's a real smart way to deal with those dark nuts.
The good old hide where they cannot touch you and then cut them down.
Exactly.
Dark Moon raiding Bahamut. Don't believe he has the tail, but you can find some good items. 4 great axes. And arrow found by Lamp of Hyrule, which doesn't make much difference when you already have the silver one.
Mm-hmm.
And no bow for that matter. And something was just found in...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Darthling. Yes, to answer Darthling in the chat. He did, in fact, Vaughn did, in fact, ladder clap. A trick I have no idea how to do. And Falconic does make a good point. It does count towards hints. Merc's maybe going to go up and do level 5. I'd like to see Vaughn go do level 3 and get that white sword.
Especially you see how painful it is getting by those Dodongos without a sword.
Yeah. And having to go out and come back to get that just money.
Well, an ice sword is found. That's a pretty good red mage weapon.
Yes, it is. All in favor of grabbing that clock and making the fight with those Pols voices so much easier.
Yes, the joy of Pols voices without the arrow.
Okay, Master using it, and you can have this. And Vaughn picks up the... As I wait for it to pop through... a tent.
Well, some tents can be tricky to master to use. I'll give the old man there a little credit.
And Vaughn heading into level 3. Vaughn almost certainly going to get that white sword in here.
That'll be a very nice find for him.
So I know that Z1R is that the Z1R community is going to start their rookie rumble soon. Their new player, their tournament designed for new players.
And Lamp of Hyrule finds a katana, and Darkmoon probably really wishing for that thief seed now.
And that was that item from the recorder that is the TNT. Oh, just say no to crack, Darkmoon. That is crack on that giant.
Yeah. And Dazzle on the iguana has his character stun locked, and he wipes. That's painful.
Yeah, that's a rough fight.
Well, Magical Shield picked up by a Link to the Ducks. Yes, Volcano indeed giving Darkmoon the business.
It has also been picked up by Lamp of Hyrule. And Vaughn is about to go pick up that white sword.
He will be glad to see that.
Do.
That should take care of Merc's money troubles, probably for about the rest of the seed.
So in addition to the Z1R Rookie Rumble, coming up soon, right after the first of the year, the FF1R randomizer community will also be running the Duckling Boot Camp and Duckling Derby, which is also a tournament and a program built for new players, for people who want to learn the randomizer.
You know, Cerebuses have glare. That's not too nice. And Volcano being about as nice to Franklin as it's been to Dark Moon.
Yeah, well, no, every seed, some dungeon's gonna do something.
That is very true.
All right. Potion shop item left is money for Dark Moon. Potion shop item center is a bottle for FFR. That's one check, but you never know. That one check.
That is very. Franklin, meanwhile, waited Bahamut. So sent the letter to Vaughn.
And that's another Triforce fragment from Agama Floor. And Blue Ring Shop is gonna have something. It's gonna have house.
Merc's, meanwhile, over in the vicinity of level 7. I'm not sure if that's where he's planning to go.
No, looks like Mercs is heading up to Graveyard, or maybe level 6.
Meanwhile, Vaughn finds a heart container. That puts him at 9 total, including the 3 he starts with. It looks like, yes, he is going to level 6 from the looks of it.
Darkling in chat asking, why does Mercs not remember the spots aren't random? Probably because he's used to settings where they are.
Dark Moon is at the bottom of Volcanoes, checking out the chests in the rooms that rarely get checked.
Yes, that you would ordinarily not really check. Well, broadcast partner, would you mind taking solo for a few minutes? I've got to go take care of something here at the house.
Alrighty, go for it. We will be here when you get back. So Franklin is entering Earth, which is Proc Gen. First floor wasn't too bad, so I probably just commentator cursed him. Well, Merc's still making his way through level 6. Dark Moon, I think, probably had a problem at the bottom of Volcano. I didn't see what happened. That's right, Fuckonic. We love Proc Gen Earth. Says a guy who probably needs to play it at some point before he really says that. Franklin find out the bad news about the gargoyles? An adamant was found by Franklin, so Link to the Ducks will have that check in Dwarf Cave on the FFR side. Vaughn's going through the forest. His partner goes through Mario Earth.
And I am back. Thank you. Thank you for handling that for me.
My pleasure. Meanwhile, it looks like Vaughn is trying to open up level 8 with the Magic Rod and book combination, which requires a little timing.
Tricky.
Yeah.
It's doable. I've seen it done in this. In this tournament. But it is certainly a tricky piece of tech.
Meanwhile, the herb was found in level 6 at the Magical Rod location, and the defense sword, level 6 key drop, is also very nice.
That is... Oh, defense sword is super nice to find.
Okay, even an offensive weapon, but its real value is its unlimited ruse cast.
Oh, just misses getting that off. I mean, it could be lit too, for all we know. This does mean that level 8 is technically out of logic.
Nickel 89, our restreamer and tracker say, I want to see a fog sword. Yes. Why not?
And let's see what that item is. It's money.
Right, Mercs is waiting outside. Oh, he's using the recorder to transport from the looks of it.
Mm-hmm. Vaughn gonna now go try 7.
Right, Dark Moon is translating his slab. That'll be another check, although it's a rather out-of-the-way check. At least in the vanilla map. I don't know about this map.
Much out of the way in these flags, though? With this map?
I mean, that's what I just corrected myself to say. It's like, wait a minute, how far away is Lefane in this map? Right. Vaughn looks to be once again trying for the level 8 play.
Has Lampa Hyrule gotten their rod?
That's a good question.
It doesn't look like it. Oh, well, maybe Dark Moon hasn't really done much hasn't really done Earth.
He could just be looking for items, and there's a... It looks like we're scrolling up, so I'm not going to call anything in particular.
Okay, Mercs finds something in level 4. That's an Oxyale.
So that'll open up another dungeon, and an FFR required one.
Yes. And there's the chime. Out of Earth Cave.
So that will open up Mirage. I don't think we've seen the cube for Sky, but there's still checks to be made in Mirage.
There's still plenty of checks in Mirage. Meanwhile, Darkmoon continuing to explore Earth and heads out of Earth and starts heading up towards somewhere.
Meanwhile, Vaughn had hinted for that red candle, probably just realizing that trick of using the rod wasn't going to work, and has found it, has picked it up. So we'll see if the level 8 play is coming up here.
And that's a Gleeok down. It's a 2-headed Gleeok down on Mercs, which is a canoe. Or I'm sorry,
that is a nice find. So I'm pretty sure these custom maps always produce a few areas where, no, you just can't land with the airship. You have to canoe your way over there.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you want to get a waterfall, you'll need it.
You know, Vaughn takes care of that manhandler.
And block clips into getting something. Just waiting on the AP client.
That's the rod. So that will open up Earth for Franklin. Meanwhile, Mercs are continuing through, I think that's 7. I don't have the Zelda 1 maps memorized like I used to.
That is 7. The one looks like a giant monster head is 7.
Yep.
So it's interesting to note that the Zelda 1 first quest maps, and maybe also the second quest maps, actually all fit on 2 grids. You can actually slot them together to fit onto 2 grids. And we're getting dad jokes in chat.
Franklin making his way through Earth, and Link to the Ducks has found their tail.
Hey yo. That will provide even more utility out of those red mages.
They'll be able to learn some of the more advanced spells, although memory serves, it actually doesn't give them any addition. Oh, it does give them the Vorpal if they should find it, and they'll have to use it.
Why would you want to use it?
Well, there's a thing called High Crit. Meanwhile, a ribbon was found by the Link to the Ducks. That's also pretty big.
Oh, ribbon's real big.
Protects you against all status ailments. Gotta love it.
You absolutely love to see it.
Meanwhile, trying to make his way past those annoying dark nuts.
And I mean, they found a blue ring and a wooden sword, but you don't downgrade. You don't downgrade in Z1, so...
Meanwhile, there is a Lich on Franklin's screen. Well, I suspect not for long.
I suspect that will not be there for long.
Which lets out some extremely scary ink. By extremely scary, I mean you might laugh so hard that you might have a hard time swinging your sword. Power bonk found. That's nice. Level 7 bomb drop. Lich is down for Franklin, but now Dark Moon is pulling carry. An opportunity to never have to go back to the volcano again this seed.
Yes. Always, if you have the chance, especially in AP, because you don't lose AP item progressions. If you have the chance to take out a fiend, you do it.
Right. And Darkmoon pulls off the Confused strats against Carrie, so she will be casting Fire 1 on herself for minimal damage, but won't be knocking any of Darkmoon's turtles flat on their face.
I was gonna say yes, maybe, but that means you're not. That means that Kelly is not hitting Darkmoon.
Exactly, and Map of Hyrule finds another heart container.
And a cube. So is that a Kelly down on
That is a
Hyrule side?
Yep, Kelly is down, so both sides have an orb lit. Or at least an orb lit. Right, Darkmoon heading for Sky, Sky, Sky!
You've got the cube, you've got the chime, Sky's got a ton of checks, why would you not?
It's also a great place for a walk and grind to get a few levels.
That is also true.
Right. Nothing major yet. Canal is nice, but I'm not sure if that unlocks anything in this box set, but Link to the Ducks finds their candle.
I mean, it's another point towards a hint.
Yep. That is true. Points towards hints can be actually pretty valuable. And shout out to Mercs for those mouse cursor strats, too.
Only 2 Triforce pieces found so far, though.
I still have a lot of FFR to cover, though.
And that's an XCal, which is just money.
We'll see what the center one was.
I don't remember it being anything particularly good. But I could also be completely misremembering.
Bond, meanwhile, enters level 7.
Dark Moon going to check out what we usually call greater than less than room.
Oh,
It's got chests in the pattern of a greater than and a less than.
Yep, but today it just are nothing like that. There's a Triforce fragment there.
Yes, there is. They're in Mirage. As we all know, Sky provides. And for those purposes, we will also consider Mirage part of Sky.
Yes, because all the chests are scrambled. I don't know if Dark Moon has seen the glare out of the Cerebuses yet. But he's not going to, as his Holy Orphade takes it down.
And Dark Moon into Sky. Dark Moon, I think you walked past a chest there.
That could be a classic case of muscle memory.
Yeah. One of the reasons I never really liked proc gens. Because of proc gens and chest location shenanigans.
Alright, Franklin now entering Mirage. And Ribbon in 7 picked up on Link to the Duck side. So Franklin will be happy to see that.
Mercs, meanwhile, in level 5. Mercs still needs a bow. Other than that, Mercs, other than getting a bow, Mercs is in Triforce and Go mode.
I don't believe either side has seen their bow yet.
I don't believe either side has even hinted for it yet.
Dark Moon taking the scenic route around Sky 1, which shuffle chests will make you do.
Did Dark Moon ever go back and check the chest that was in the, that I'm pretty sure was in the opening room?
I am not sure that he did. We'll see if Franklin checks and picks it up.
Or we'll see if my eyes were just deceiving me. Which is very much a possibility.
Franklin sending over the Triforce fragment that's over in... That chest is technically on Mirage 1, but it was moved to what was normally greater than less than. And there's a loot found.
That is one of the necessary items for FF1.
Map of Hyrule does not have their key yet, whereas Link to the Ducks has the key, but not the loot. That's the FFR key. Well, they have both keys, actually. And that's a magical sword Sky provides.
Sword. It always does.
That also means on Link to the Ducks side, they will find that fairly shortly.
That's why, unless you're authentically in Go mode, still usually a good idea to loot Sky. Cece's Gambit room only with one chest.
Of course, some of the computer rooms that are normally never checked will be investigated. And Merc's climbing up Death Mountain.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the plan is here for Mercs.
Fawn's about to finish up 7. Picks up the heart container from the boss.
And pick up, I believe that was the cube.
And just in time. Just as Franklin gets to the Mirage room. That's some good coordination, and there are chests in there. Of course, that's a house and 5 rupees, so if Dark Moon skipped them, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference.
Yeah, but it could have.
That is true. It could have been a case of they got lucky.
Could have been a Triforce piece.
Exactly. All right, we'll see what this secret to everyone is.
That's the big secret. It's 239. Dark Moon on the Sky Maze floor.
Yep. Going up and left, which is... Well, we're all welcome to make mistakes.
Now onto the Bridge of Destiny.
Will we see a robot chicken?
Barkok.
And Mercs is going to try the... Let's open up level 8 with the rod. Right, no Warmech for Dark Moon. Right. Taking on Tia, getting up his evasion, tempering up the lead. Red Mage. More evasion. I don't think he has any Brack items. Or Bane, but just looking to get some regular old melee. Right, 358, not bad, but more temper certainly wouldn't hurt. Tia, fortunately, is not doing too much.
Yeah, but also the Invis 2 helps.
Yes.
Helps make Tia do even less.
More temper, more temper. We're swinging.
4 for 305.
Not bad, but we want a little bit more. $738, that's more like it.
And Quad Axe hits.
Link to the Ducks finds their magical sword and the heart container. So both Z1R players have their magical swords, but still no bow. No. Wait, the tracker says we do have a bow on map of Hyrule side.
Yes.
Oh, yep, that just happened.
We've got a bow. It's in Sky, Sky, Sky.
Sky provides. Right, Pond, meanwhile, still in 7.
Gets gifted some bombs. . Meanwhile, Dark Moon going over to C. That is money.
Yep. Mermaid side first.
That's crown.
That's another potential item check on the FFR side. That could be a Triforce fragment. And I like this play of checking mermaids first because you are not close to done. So who knows, you might find something that helps against Kraken or helps your Z1 player. And yet, no key, no TFC. And there could be more than one chest in there too.
And Dark Moon about to head up to Mermaid Floor. Now, see, this would completely throw me off on Mermaid Floor. Actually, I might not, because I never remember where the chests are anyway.
Usually pop into a room and you can see a bunch of them. Dark Moon heads out, saves up, and is about to head and take on the Kraken side.
And
Yep, there's a raft found on Lamp of Hyrule side.
that's maybe less helpful. Maybe less helpful than you might think, because it actually only opens up one chest, or one check.
It does count towards hints, though.
It does count toward hints. Franklin, I actually kind of like the way that Franklin is doing that. Alternating between right and up. Whichever two directions you pick, alternating them is a good idea.
Right, meanwhile, Lamp of Hyrule also has their rod that opens up Earth. Mercs, meanwhile, making his way through 8.
Likewise, Vaughn. Was Vaughn working through 8?
Franklin on the Bridge of Destiny, no Warmech for him either.
Dark Moon walking through Sharknado Floor. Not a lot of chests on Sharknado Floor today. And on to Kraken Floor.
And he is forgetting about a room up above that could potentially have chests, unless he's going to go left and then up to it.
And potentially is.
And now he realizes his ribbon isn't equipped.
Well, we can fix that. And fixing it is a very good idea.
Indeed. Of course, Lamp of Hyrule, that's why he was dropping items. The ribbon was coming his way. Pro Cape at a Red Mage party is not bad because they can use that in their shield slot.
Yes.
Pole's voices are so much less irritating when you have a bow and arrow. Right, Franklin trying for the Brack on Tia, does not get it. Round 2, Brack does not land. Dark Moon looks like he remembered that room, and there were a lot of chests in there.
That's where all the chests went. That's a heart container for Z1.
Definitely a very nice find there. Franklin tempering up one mage while another tries Brack. I like this strategy. You can try for the quick kill, but if it doesn't land quickly enough, well, you'll have some offense coming out anyway. And there's a key. So, magical key at level 8, but it's for the other side.
And that is that all the items needed for Go mode for Lamp of Hyrule?
It is.
For the FFR side, at least.
Yes, for the FFR side. Although they also have their bow, their silver arrows. I mean, of course, they need to find
Still need
Triforce fragments.
plenty of Triforce fragments.
Right, Franklin, after picking up the chest, lights the sky orb. So that's another orb on the FFR side for A Link to the Ducks.
Mark's going into Four-Headed Gleeok.
Right. Meanwhile, Darkmoon going up to 8 tentacled Kraken.
And let's see how this fight goes.
I expect a lot of invis.
That is probably what we're going to see.
And Link to the Ducks has their key on the FFR side. Franklin checking items in Northwest. One of them had to pause like it might have been a key item, but I don't think that was incentivized.
AP does weird things, and
That is true.
sometimes gives key item fanfares for nothing.
Right, Vaughn into level 4. Darkmoon tempering up his attackers. Kraken tries to make them doze, but only a few of them fall asleep. And 681, so this Kraken will not be lasting too long with offense like that.
And 5 for 458, and that Kraken is gone.
Picking up the chest and lighting the orb.
And heading over to Northwest, looks like. No, Ordeals. My mistake.
This map can be pretty confusing. Meanwhile, Franklin is in ice. I remember there were a few nice things in ice. I just don't remember what.
And
Although,
there's Oxyale. There was at least one Triforce fragment in ice. And this setup where you actually have to go over that trap tile multiple times.
There was a pause like it was a key item, but that's the opal bracelet. That's very nice because yeah, it is, because that is the best armor a red mage can use.
Yes. And Darkmoon realizing there was a room he didn't check.
Better to remember now than
Yep, better to remember now than to miss it and it be, say, a Triforce fragment.
Right. Look, the ducks picks up their canoe. And that was a very good thing he went back there. The Link to the Ducks, they only have 2 Triforce fragments now to Hyrule's 5. So if you have only 2 at this point, it's hard to imagine they wouldn't be feeling a little behind.
Yeah. Only 2 Triforce fragments right now. It's hard to think you're not in some trouble.
And Mecklin in chat made a good point that Planford for the FF1 chest is tied to the chest itself, not the item contained inside. And that's 2 Triforce fragments in the Dwarf Lock for FFR
Armory. That is 8. That is all 8, I believe.
I expect Mercs to make a beeline for Spectacle Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, which is exactly what we see. Merc's making a beeline for level 9.
Meanwhile, Darkmoon, I have not seen his levels. He doesn't need to pick up anything more to send to Mercs, but he obviously needs to light the other orbs.
Yes. Obviously needs to light that Earth Orb.
Vaughn, meanwhile, level 6. Franklin is cutting into the sea.
Lamp of Hyrule in full go mode. Link to the Ducks in Triforce and go mode.
But they still need 5 more fragments. No,
They still
6.
need quite a few more fragments. Someone in chat saying being able to go mode proc gen Earth must feel great. Not as great as being able to go mode regular Earth. Proc gen Earth, you still have to figure out how to get everywhere.
Lamp of Hyrule finds their adamant. I don't think they care. Link to the Ducks finds their raft, which again might help towards hinting. Merc's making his way through level 9. Have to deal with this Patra. Or better yet, not have to deal with that Patra.
Better yet, don't deal with the Patra. Because it's completely unnecessary. You don't need to use that staircase. You do, however, have to actually kill these orange and blue Wizrobes.
Dark Moon heads up to the vampire, so don't blink.
Don't blink, you'll miss that fight.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mercs just has a Patra and then can kick this pig.
Yeah. Map of Hyrule found the Ruby Earth Cave vampire. Is this even randomized? Something had to end up vanilla. And I don't remember where Tail was. That might be a good question of what Dark Moon is looking for. But again, if you're not using the advanced level spells and you're not using the Vorpal,
you really don't need to. Then in that case, you really don't need to promote.
Merc's is taking on Ganon. Shoots him with a silver arrow.
Egg.
Alrighty, get your single G's out in chat for Mercs. Franklin, meanwhile, finds a heart container.
Yep. Tail is in Earth Cave rod locked.
So that's what Dark Moon's looking for. He is going to find it.
Yeah, Dark Moon has found it.
Oh, look at the highlight. Alright, Vaughn, meanwhile, in level 6.
And Dark Moon, meanwhile, trying to go mode as much as possible this Proc Gen Earth.
Franklin heading towards Kraken.
And Dark Moon about to head down the lich floor.
Lincoln Ducks get another heart container. Puts them at 14 total. And Blinken, you miss it. There was a Goma.
Yeah, that's a real fast fight. And there's another Triforce fragment.
Vaughn, meanwhile, sent the crystal to Franklin, which I don't think we've seen Metoya, but we know we don't need anything that's there. Well, Blinken, you miss it. There was a Lich on Dark Moon's screen.
Yeah, I missed it. There is an Invis 2 sword there, but hard to see. It is, I believe, the katana.
Katana's useful even without these. Franklin invising up. And trying to brack. Again, I like this strategy. Invis up, and then temper and fast up, and then go for the brack in the meantime.
Yeah, using Invis, using Fast, using Temper, and Brack in the Kraken.
Meanwhile, Bond sends the bottle over to Franklin. I don't think we've seen what the fairy has. The FF1 fairy, that is.
Must mean it wasn't terribly important. Franklin heading into Dwarf Cave, going to pick up a lot more Triforce fragments here.
All right, Dark Moon, meanwhile, heading towards Bahamut. So see if he picks up any spells or equips any gear afterwards.
I mean, you almost have to. That's otherwise why. Yep. Equips that sword. So you almost have to. Otherwise, why search for the tail?
Must be something he wants post-promotion.
And now Dark Moon about to head into Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Yep, so we've got a short Topher. Two fiends on each side, so we'll see. Left side is Carrie.
Doesn't even bother to check the Massa chest.
That's interesting. Carrie says no.
Nope.
And he's going to try Carrie again. Franklin, meanwhile, heading through Volcano.
Carrie hitting like a truck. Maybe go the other side, Dark Moon.
I mean, yeah, this Carrie Moon's business. Seen some pretty hard-hitting Carrie 2s, and this is definitely one of them.
Yeah, this Carrie 2 is not a joke.
Not at all. So get your evasion up. That'll help quite a bit. Of course, you always have that dreaded crit through max evasion.
Yeah. Dominated.
I think there's a Carrie 2 down for Dark Moon, and that is Kraken over on this side. So if you liked heavy incoming melee, here's more for it for you. And he leads off with nuke. In fact, whoa, there were some high nuke rolls there. Yeah. See if Dark Moon goes the other way this time.
Yep. Going to do a Tia 2 and a Lich 2.
Stop only lands on one party member?
Two. The other one healed from it right away.
Well, Link to the Ducks just needs one more Triforce fragment. And see if Vaughn actually heads over to Spectacle Walk, thinking that that last segment will come in pretty quickly. But then again, you know it's on the FFR side.
They need Crown from C to get that last fragment from Ordeals.
And Franklin did do C. I think he did get the crown. Oh, it's in CTF. They will need the key for that.
And welcome Benekage in chat. Yes, well, actually a duck. Because they are linked to the ducks, and the Duckling program is the new player program for Final Fantasy I Randomizer, Franklin is using alternate sprite ducks.
Right. Meanwhile, Dark Moon taking on Lich 2 does look like he is using that Vorpal, so that's what he wanted to promote for from the looks of it.
Yeah.
I mean, which
I can see using because lots of crit.
Yes. Although, usually red wizards are not your best Vorpal wielder.
Ah, that is also in Ordeals.
Alrighty, Dark Moon taking on Chaos. See, looks like evasion. Looks like lots of in heal 3 to start out the valley. Forgot to heal it before.
Or was trying to make sure that if Chaos opened up with some sort of a sweeper spell that...
That is also true, although he did gain a few HP, so... Though none of his party is out of nuke range. It's one of the things about red mages and their lower HP growth, which is lower than a fighter.
We've seen the nuke. We saw the nuke off Kraken.
But there are 3 in the Topher pool.
There are, in fact, 3 in the Topher pool, and Franklin also skips that room.
So he's going to need to go back for that because that's pretty big.
Yeah. Franklin skips the room with the Triforce piece in it.
Hopefully he realizes it. Like Dark Moon did, because it was a very key play when he remembered and went back. There was a Triforce piece. Meanwhile, 424, not too bad. Lots of temper. Lock 2 because we want more than 2 hits.
4 hits for 920.
It's healing, swinging, and waiting.
And Terminated G out in chat for Team Lamp of Hyrule. GG, Dark Moon, and Mercs.
Yes.
Yo.
Hey.
And Franklin remembers that other room and is heading back up.
50% of the time I forget that one room in Ordeals. I just forget it.
Well, it was a good thing you remembered and went back because...
Well, I was aiming for the Triforce piece. So I knew there was a Triforce in there, and when I didn't see it, I'm sitting there going, oh, right, it's the room I forget exists because we don't check it in Vanilla Treasures.
Yeah, because it's linked.
Yeah, because it's linked and there's no reason to go in that room. So... But no, I was amused by that Dwarf Cave. 3 Triforce pieces. Mercs had a hint queued up for it, and I'm like, okay, just get me ready. You know,
and just, that was not just the Triforce piece, that was also the Vorpal. GG Mercs.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you, and welcome back me again, sorry.
Nah, so... Yeah, Triforce and Vorpal in that room. That Vorpal, like, that I wanted to use the Vorpal because it's 50-50 if the Mazda is guarded by the War Mech, and, I mean, yeah, Red Mage sucks with swords, but it's the only thing I had to swing, so...
I mean, there is that.
It worked out in the end. You were getting some pretty good DPS on that crack, and meanwhile, Vaughn is making his way through level 9, says, well, thank you, Patra.
Yeah, once you buff Vorpal enough. But I'm glad I kept around a Lock Sword, because that Chaos was invasive as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much evasion on that Chaos.
So. But yeah, the early game for FFR was gross in this flag set.
So, question in chat from Falconic. Dark Moon, what sparked your love of red mages so much?
8 red mages at this point. I'm so tired.
Yeah, hey, I'll answer for him. Vaughn sparked his love of red mages. It's Vaughn's fault. Always blame Vaughn, and that was a bad one. I was set to destroy him on the Z1 side because of that. Because my partner cried for the whole hour of that seed. So, no, he really didn't. But in the beginning, he was not very happy.
Yeah, I was looking in the race room and I saw that little bit of,
Yeah.
I don't want to say drama, but when the red mages became a thing.
We set a PB for us earlier today, 102 with Thieves, and so when Thieves came up, I'm like, yes, we are ready for this, and then I got to play red mages, and I was so thrilled. Ugh.
Yeah. Also shows on Merc's side with his quest names.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was actually USA Food Rules until, and that's another meme in other places, but yeah, I had to change it after Vaughn wrecked the thief seed.
And Vaughn about to go kick that pig.
Franklin, meanwhile, is going to check the Masa chest, and there is a war mech there.
No. I was level 23. Like, if I was level 19, level 20, I would do it, because I want those extra levels. At level 23, I'm like, nah, you know what? This is probably enough survivability. I don't need to risk the war mech at this point.
And Vaughn goes and kicks that pig. So,
Right, get your G's out in chat for Vaughn, or at least once he actually reaches the princess.
Yeah, I like in our best runs, I've skipped out on the war mech every time because like it's great for the experience, but it's you have to do a lot of prep work for it, and it just doesn't feel worth it, especially when you're already at like close to mid-20s.
I honestly, because I mean, you probably noticed it. You probably noticed it in watching the AP chat thing, but I hinted for Candle and couldn't find it, and it's like, oh, it's behind where you need Candle to get innate, and I was like, what? So, I swear every seed like that we do a practice run is very smooth, fast, no problems, and then when we get on like an actual race, it's always like there's been one weird thing like every time so far.
it's always something crazy
I learned a few lessons last time with the letter thing, and like, I mean, I'm surprised that we didn't lose from that, but it's just different like rules and stuff, so it's like a little bit different. But I think I like played as best as I could in not finding the candle until I finally figured out where it was, because it was in a weird. I actually told Dark it was that spot where it was. We call Forgotten Spot, and for good reason. So that's where it was.
Franklin does manage to down that war chicken, and that's a Mazza.
Yep, I also saw he's at level 30, so he definitely has all the levels he needs and then a little bit.
Yes.
Like, I hope he whoops out and okay.
Yes, Franklin is gonna come out, is gonna save, and is gonna head right back into.
That's fair. I mean, save on game over. I might have at least tried to see who was where before I like let it go, you know. But still, it's fair.
And Franklin sees that Tia 2 and is gonna go the other direction.
No. We learned that other direction is gross. I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, you learned, but Franklin hasn't experienced that hard-hitting carry yet. With the crack, even harder than cracking behind her.
With the Kraken opening with nuke right behind her.
Yes.
I was gonna say too. You sure you didn't double think that war mech after Carrie beat you down in there the first time? Dark doesn't even want to talk about it.
Yeah. That carry was like she kept punching first slot, and she's strong in this flag set. So okay, fair, whatever. And then that first turn nuke from Kraken, I'm just like, okay, so this side is just a no. This side's just a no.
So
Meanwhile, Franklin having a bit of a time with Carrie. Oh, she has sleep touch.
touch. Because that's what a carry that punches like a truck needs.
Yeah, well, that's part of why she punches like a truck. It's adding the sleep bonus to her hits. So, extra gross. Well, they're through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Made it through.
The one
Right,
nice
Franklin.
thing I was just gonna say, the one nice thing I'll say for red mages is at least most of the time they can learn some sort of form of life. Like, that is their one sole benefit that makes them halfway playable in this flag set.
And there's that Kraken 2 opening up with Nuke.
Rolls
Yep.
are lower than they were against you, Dark Moon, but still,
Yeah,
like, let's make some healing.
I mean, they could get through this if they get a couple of heal 3s off, but whatever follows up next, we don't know right now.
Because I think that nuke took out 2 or 3 party members, and you were just like, nope, I'm done.
Nope, yeah, that was good. That was fine. I figure, at this point I know Lich is on the other side. I only have to worry about one real boss.
Yeah, I only have to worry about Tia 2, and then there's a speed bump.
And there's a speed bump. And if you noticed, like, I was, like, evading for all the other bosses, really pumping myself. I didn't even give Lich the respect of that at all. I was just like, nope, time to just...
Lich 2 deserves none of that respect.
None of that.
Zap. There's Zap on that Kraken 2 as well.
Yep, doesn't land on anyone.
Well, red mages have decent magic defense.
And Fire 3.
Which doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, how long is Kraken's spellless? When will we get back to that nuke?
That is a question.
That is a valid question.
That was a terrible hit for the Maza.
Yeah, that's a very absorby Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Franklin's either thinking or he's done. Okay, that was a thing. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but it just went to the end.
Oh, that's the backup screen. I think he may have cut stream early.
That is a possibility.
Maybe DNF.
Oh no, there it's back.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, sorry. It's got to resize.
That was a very large picture of a very ugly squid.
Still comes down. Heal 3. This should actually at least get one of them out of nuke range.
You would hope.
Should get everyone.
Yeah.
That gets
Yep.
everyone out of nuke range.
And Odorin, your mascot has given us all enough grief in the past that we will talk about him however we want. '60. We are not getting a lot of DPS out of either
Yeah.
Vorpal or the Masa here. Or anything else. .360, that's better. Mist, not so much.
The whiff. And there's another Fire 3. And 3 for 448. Oh, Fade and Nuke.
This is just an ugly fight. I'm glad I didn't deal with this.
Well, speaking as a commentator, I am less glad that you didn't deal with it.
Although, I will not fault you one bit for not wanting to deal with that.
Odron meaning Franklin had them. I'm wondering why we weren't using those when swords were not working.
That's a valid question. You might be thinking, I need to save my chargers for Chaos. But you also do have to actually get to Chaos first.
Well, Franklin pulls Chaos.
Yep. Gonna focus on that bottom mage. Yep, some evasion. Student, of course, the bottom mage using the Rue stick. Fire 3 doesn't do too much. Temper the bottom one with the Masa.
Three for 3.
Vorpal gets
very
1
high.
crit for 76, yeah. Does he have a lock item or the spell? Because this was an evasive. Okay, there we go. Oh, slow too. That's never pleasant. That's better when you have a fast item, at least.
And it's also better when it goes on not the one that's swinging sword.
Yeah, that's the best slow too.
There we go, 7 for 434.
Look at more temper, more healing, more attacking. 146. More temper.
6 for
422. And stop
And
hitting the one with the Masa. Temper. Now the fades come out.
And,
Lightning 2 from Chaos. Tickle damage.
I mean, we've seen the nuke. We've seen the nuke in the pool, so we're not too worried about nuke.
Except that there are 2 other nukes I don't think we have seen. Of course, it could be buried in Lich 2 script for all I know, and that zap sends half of them to the 4th dimension. 5 hits, 170 out of the Vorpal. Gonna take a round lighting up, and Chaos says, sure, I'll just tickle you with a little lightning too. Go do your thing.
And
meanwhile, the tracker indicates that he, shortly after this, did terminate Chaos.
yes, shortly afterwards did in fact terminate Chaos. So get the other G's out in chat. Let's see. We've at least got a Franklin ready to come in.
I think I see Vaughn there in chat.
And GG Franklin.
GG's. Sorry about the disconnection. I play on my laptop, and I started taking over the house, and I think that caused it to disconnect a few times at inopportune moments.
Oh, that does
The
sound
Kraken was not fun.
No, he was not. Darkmoon went over to that side, and then was like, after he got through a hard-hitting carry 2 after 2 tries, Kraken came out, nuked him in the face with some high-roll nukes, and he was like, nope, I'm going the other way.
It would have been a better play. I also probably should have transition of spells or gone into Chaos Formation earlier, because the Chaos fight was pretty easy by comparison once I swapped the party order.
Well, so I do want to give a shout out to our tracker and restreamer Mechlin89, because he's been working real hard behind the scenes. So what does that make everyone's records?
We're 2-1, but we're like low seed 2-1.
Yeah, I've seen the discussion about the brackets, and for what it's worth from someone not in the tournament, I like the idea of just pulling them all in there. And Von 0-3, ouch. Well, I hope you did have fun in the tournament at least. So you got gifted with a bunch of red mages. What was everyone's thoughts, other than to blame Von, which...
At first I thought it wasn't too bad because there are a lot of good spells that the red mage could learn, but then both warp and exit were completely inaccessible, and that was very disappointing.
That makes it tough.
And the lack of hit percent also really bit me in that Kraken fight.
And Von said, no one wants these, had to spice it up. Darkman might want to talk to you about that one.
What's up?
Von said, no one wants these. He had to spice it up.
No, he didn't. I was fine with these.
Oh, weird. Von's not in the FFR server now after he just said that. That's really weird.
I will also say that Von said it was a blast. Said the tournament was a blast, and it certainly got him into AP. And
yes,
as someone who does a lot of AP, I like hearing that. We'll do a little.
AP is very, very fun.
So we'll do a little plug for every month. The FF1 Randomizer Discord does a grand monthly AP, which is always a blast. Right, Dark Moon?
Yeah, it's a great time. I enjoy playing in it.
So what did you think of that level 1? I don't think we've seen a level 1 quite that loaded this tournament. It had level 9's items.
Yeah, that was a loaded level 1.
And Von is saying, that's payback for all the bad DM seeds. I mean, all the DM seeds I have seen, or at least most of them, have been absolutely wonderful. Disclaimer, I have played 0 of them.
What was in level 1? It was so long ago, I don't even remember now.
Red Ring was there. I want to say Silver was there.
I think Silver's were there.
Right, yeah, I do remember that. Yep.
Ladder was there.
Yeah, that was kind of a meme in the beginning of the seed, because we usually balance out, especially early on, but I was just sending him like softs and like just crap tents, and like I was like, oh, Red Ring, Ladder, Silvers, like it was like loaded on my side.
Darkmoon, what did you think of Dwarf Treasury?
That was hilarious. Just all the stuff in there. That was hilarious.
I was like, okay, there's one Triforce in Dwarf Treasury, but it could be in any of like the 4 locations. I go to Dwarf Treasury first, and then everything's there. It's great.
Yeah. When the hint said Dwarf, I'm like, well, I'll just go check Dwarf. I know it could be elsewhere, even like I think Waterfall, but still, just check it.
It could have been Waterfall.
Yeah, just in case.
We both decided to check doors first.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's the easiest one. I don't want to go into Waterfall if I can help it.
Yeah. Or Sarda.
And yeah, I totally forgot it could even be at Sarda. I'd be staring at the map otherwise going, what? But, yeah, so, yeah.
you just asked the question I was going to. So both FFR runners had to had to go back and check that one never checked room because it just has a linked chest in Ordeals and found the Triforce fragments. What were your thoughts when you saw that? I mean, back when you knew it was going to be there, but
I was really upset because as I was walking into Ordeals, I was reminding myself, okay, you got to go to that one room, and then I went into autopilot with Vanilla Pillars. I went past it, and I immediately realized my mistake. And then it had the two important items, the Vorpal and the Triforce fragment. Everything else was unhelpful.
Yeah, Vorpal made it so I was like, okay, well, I can just go look for Tail and then not have to do Warmech.
Oh, you skipped the Warmech after getting the Vorpal?
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with it.
Well, let's see. Final thoughts. Dark Moon and Mercs, who've gone to 2-1 on the tournament. Final thoughts.
It's been fun. I'm having a good time, but it really is something always weird. I mean, I bought a hint and it gave bottle, and like I've never seen that in any of the seeds we did today. And then the candle was like really stashed away, like I said, in that spot because we hinted for candle and it said it was innate, which you need candle to get innate. So I was like, what? And then I was like, I'm wasting another hint, and we were kind of like halfway, I think, done with Triforces at that point. So I hinted red candle, and we knew it was in a shop, and I had probably checked like half the map at that point already. So it was just a matter of time till I stumbled onto it. But I was having PTSD from the last time when it was like no raft, or the raft was like stashed behind something. It was all weird. So playing AP is a little bit different. Some of the rules and stuff is obviously different than what we normally play on Z1R side, and I think I've worked out the kinks with most of the weird things at this point. So on Z1R side or Z1 side, I don't think anything can hinder me at this point. But it's been an eventful journey on the races that we get. Because like I said, it never happens in practices. It's just winging it in the actual races.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. This seed sucked, but it's fun playing AP. I do enjoy it.
And Franklin.
I do look forward to playing more. I would be very happy if some people on the FFR server created some FFR-centered APs in the upcoming few months that I'd like to participate in that.
Oh,
and it was a good race.
Aren't you the person that organizes that, Dark Moon?
No, it's Fizzle Beef is the AP person.
That's Fizzle. Fizzle organizes it.
Yep.
And I'll probably start doing the monthly archipelago soon.
Heck yeah, it's fun.
Heck yes.
Well, not start, but return to it. It's a good thing.
And Classic Gamer, my broadcast partner.
Alrighty, well, first I'm going to note that Von said, thank you so much for the restream and turning. He hopes this happens again next year. And I would like to give GG's to our runners for putting on a great race. Love to see the Vorpal get some love. I'd like to give big shout-outs to my co-coms, EM Stewart, and of course, Mecklin, our tracker and restream, and of course, all you guys in chat. We would not be able to do this without you.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to comms and tracking and broadcasts. Appreciate everybody, and it's been fun. I was the only other question I had was, I think we were the last race of Swiss tonight, right?
That I'm not sure.
Okay,
Macklin says that is correct.
Oh, I was just going to say, when do we figure out what's next now?
They'll be announced.
Got it.
So thank you for joining us. Thank you all for joining us for the Swiss. The rest of the tournament will be announced shortly, and will be coming out shortly. It'll be on the various Final Fantasy Randomizer family of channels, and probably also the Z1R family of channels. So on behalf of our racers, Lamp of Hyrule and A Link to the Ducks, Dark Moon, which is Dark Moon and Mercs for Lamp of Hyrule, Franklin and Vaughn for A Link to the Ducks. On behalf of our restreamer and tracker, Mechlin89. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Classic Gamer, and also for all of us here on the Final Fantasy Randomizer and Zelda 1 Randomizer family of channels, I have been DM Stewart 1981. Good night, everybody.